Hello everyone and welcome back to W13 Universe. I'm your host Jitch and you're watching Monday Night Raw. We are just 13 days away from the Survivor Series. With some really major news for you here tonight, as Mr. McMahon says that he insists on making sure that Raw is a successful brand, and right now he feels that the Team Raw is not represented to its fullest. He says that he wants to make sure that each member of Team Raw is as perfect as it gets, and someone needs to go. Daniel Bryan. What a weird point to stop introducing someone. So apparently one member of Team Raw needs to go. McMahon has not specified if there is someone he had in mind or what, but he has decided that there will be a triple threat match here tonight on Raw between all three members of Team Raw, which is what is kicking off tonight's show. And the three participants in tonight's matchup, they will be going against each other. The person who suffers the pinfall loss in this match will be removed from Team Raw. It's a little shocking, I gotta say. I wasn't expecting this. Vader, why are you not saying their names? Well, Big Van Vader is coming on out here tonight, and this man literally just, I think it was either last week or the week before, I don't actually remember truthfully, but Vader just recently took the captain's spot from Brian Pillman. Kofi Kingston also qualified for Team Raw quite recently. Gonna really suck for either of those two to suffer this loss, but also Daniel Bryan, you know, we lose him as a member of Team Raw. We're back to square one. I mean, this team has changed so much. You look over at Team SmackDown on Friday nights. They found their members. They stuck with them. Here on Raw, we have had a lot of different qualifiers, a lot of change-ups, and we've now got looming overhead yet another change-up. I do wonder who it is that could be coming off of Team Raw. It's just a little crazy to me that this triple threat confirms that someone will be. Well, you see a little bit of teamwork between the current team captain Vader and Kofi Kingston. Should be a good triple threat matchup to say the least. Coming up tonight, we got a 6-man tag team matchup. We've been told before that Survivor Series intentions for The Rock will be made abundantly clear tonight in the main event. I'm not really sure what that means, but we've been told that in this 6-man tag match, one man will be revealed to be facing off against The Rock tonight, who will be facing The Rock next week, and the winner of that match will qualify for the final spot of Team Raw. So The Rock has a chance to be on Team Raw coming out of next week's Raw, which is the final episode before Survivor Series. So McMahon really taking a chance here if he really doesn't want Rock representing his brand. Raw Roulette comes back at you. Up next, the Cruiserweight champion Heath Slater will be in singles competition against a Raw Roulette selected Cruiserweight participant of Monday nights. I gotta say, I respect Kofi Kingston and Daniel Bryan's resolve here. They seem to be working together against Vader. It makes a lot of sense to me, but obviously the thing that doesn't make sense there is, isn't Vader the exact kind of guy you want to keep on Team Raw to guarantee that victory? You look at the likes that Team Raw are up against at Survivor Series. I can't say that I see Team Raw standing too good of a chance right now. Wow, look at this! There's teamwork there to lift Vader off his feet. You definitely don't want to lose Big Van Vader. Right now, I think he's one of their best chances of survival. They're up against Edge, Randy Orton, and Dolph Ziggler. And I gotta tell you, over on SmackDown, I'm sure Dolph Ziggler, if he's tuned into tonight's Raw, That is someone who is hoping that Daniel Bryan does not suffer the loss here tonight, that he's not eliminated from Team Raw. As let's not forget, in the final episode of ECW, it was a very costly interference, or the second to last episode, it was a costly interference from Daniel Bryan that took Dolph Ziggler out. See a lot of teamwork from Kofi with both members here. I think he's kind of playing the field a little bit.
Did you hear how his leg connected? He's putting those educated feet to good use.
Oh, this. Great move there by Kofi Kingston. Intercontinental Championship will be determined tonight as well. I forgot to mention, John Cena will be defending that title for the first time since winning it at Survivor Series, as he faces off against the former television champion, Antonio Cesaro, who's been looking to recapture his championship, obviously no longer available. He's instead using that television championship rematch clause to get an Intercontinental title shot tonight, as that is what the title was merged into. There is no denying that Cesaro did in fact have a rematch clause way overdue.
See a lot of punishment inflicted here. Vader from behind.
Who doesn't like a bit of Vader from behind, am I right? Probably quite a lot of people, actually. Submission hold applied here on Kofi Kingston. Daniel Bryan just kind of standing idly by for a moment there before realizing that means he'd lose the match. I don't think he liked that idea too much. Kofi now coming off the top, catches Daniel Bryan, and here we go. Trouble in paradise on the big man, Big Van Vader, and here's the cover attempt, and Daniel Bryan quick to try and run over, but Vader was able to kick out. I gotta say, that was a gutsy move by Kofi Kingston to try and defeat Vader, of all people. Uh-oh. Ooh. Definitely paid for that one. And Daniel Bryan just about saved Kofi Kingston there. I thought we were about to see an elimination. Well, not elimination, sorry, this is first one to the finish. I mean, I guess it would be elimination. Elimination from Team Raw. Just going for a cover attempt here. Breaks the pin. Looks like Kofi Kingston has become the real target of this matchup. That Trouble in Paradise seems to have woken him up and put them all on the offense against Kofi, who is dazed right now.
Not fast enough. A big fist to the gut.
Kofi continues to try and fight back this newcomer here on Raw. No stranger to Daniel Bryan. Never really set foot in the ring with someone the likes of Vader before, though. Kofi going up top. Daniel Bryan with a submission hold, and Kofi off the top to break that one up.
You can see him struggling to stand after all the damage he's taken. An inverted DDT, driving the back of the skull into the ground.
I don't know how that made Vader bleed. I can't really sell that, I'm sorry.
Ooh, big right hand.
Vader out of the ring. Kofi going for an attack there, but Daniel Bryan with a perfectly executed reversal. And here's a cover attempt on Daniel Bryan. Oh no, Bryan turns it over. Kofi with the kick out. Very curious to see which one of these three is dropped from Team Rock. More than that, I'm curious to see who this surprise opponent against The Rock is tonight in that six-man tag. We've been told that The Rock will meet them again next week. Bryan takes Kofi into the corner. It's a dangerous place to be when you're up against Daniel Bryan. It is for moves like this. The speed this guy can go at is crazy. Cover attempt here on Kofi Kingston. Vader seems to be really spaced out for a moment there.
Look how groggy he looks. He's in desperation here. Look at the agility. And Kofi gets nailed. Daniel Bryan into the headlock.
This is any man's game right now.
Nobody's budging an inch.
Tell you, Daniel Bryan seems to be in some great conditioning right now, though. Oh. This could be trouble for Kofi. I feel like the corner is somewhere you really don't want to be when you're up against Vader.
And those fists just kept flying and flying. Wow. Narrowly avoids the attack there. And that's why you never want to make Vader mad.
Side suplex. Striking him down.
Has the arm. The chops turning the chest red and swollen.
And as Vader gets dropped by Kofi Kingston, Kofi with an SOS on Daniel Bryan into the cover. Vader on his feet, Bryan able to kick out. Vader, oh wow. Pure viciousness there from Vader. Kofi Kingston now meeting Vader with something he's not used to in the slightest, just speed. Boom, boom. Cover attempt here by Kofi on Vader, and no.
How much more extreme will this match become?
Back and forth these two go. Kofi seems to be playing his cards right here as he completely avoids the competition, and Daniel Bryan laid out in the corner. Another SOS, this time on Vader. Daniel Bryan is out of the picture. We do not need these replays. Let's see what's happening. Cover attempt on Vader. Kofi eliminates the captain. Wow. Well, that's what you call an underdog victory. Kofi Kingston just pinned Vader. Wow. Some things you just really don't expect to see. This is definitely one of those things. Kofi Kingston just pinned Vader, and whilst he took the spot from Brian Pillman, I believe just last week on Raw, he is already out of Team Raw, which I think now needs a new captain. Is it Kofi? I don't know. Vader's out. Daniel Bryan, Kofi Kingston, The Rock or someone else will fill that spot next week on Raw, but we'll have to wait and see more about that later on tonight, as up next we have ourselves the Raw Roulette. Who will the Cruiserweight Champion meet in singles competition next?
It's for the Cruiserweight Championship of the world. Making his way to the ring. From Pineville, West Virginia, weighing 232 pounds, he is the Cruiserweight Champion of the world,
Well, you know, as I've said a few times now, Survivor Series is just around the corner, and the one-man band is unfortunately going to have to defend that title one more time if he wants to make it to Survivor Series, where right now he is slated to meet Sheamus in a tertiary champion v tertiary champion match. That's Cruiserweight Champion up against European Champion, and Raw Roulette has handed this man as his final challenge along the way. Ted DiBiase is his name, for those who don't know. You couldn't read the nameplate for any reason. I don't really know what's up with Justin Roberts as of lately. I don't know if maybe he thinks he's not getting paid enough, but I'll tell you what, not doing your job is a sure way to get fired, not paid more. But either way, Ted DiBiase is the man who got the luck of the draw tonight, this week, on Raw Roulette. He'll get a Cruiserweight Championship shot against Heath Slater. This is Slater's first challenge since winning the Cruiserweight Championship back at Vengeance in late October. It's been a couple weeks. It would be a shame to see the fairy tale rising of Heath Slater come to an end so quickly. But Ted DiBiase is someone who has been very hungry for another opportunity to break out. As we've been told that him and Cody have apparently gone their separate ways. They've decided quietly on the side that with the arrival of teams like why am I forgetting their names? Teams like WMD on the scene, their time as a tag team is not of the most importance to these two right now. They want to focus on singles competition, so the Legacy are no more. Both these guys claim to still be very close with Shane McMahon, a good friend of theirs. We've got 2 championship matches here tonight. We've been told there'll be another championship match next week on Raw. You don't want to miss it. McMahon really wants to make sure that all the right champions are heading into Survivor Series. You'll notice that only one champion is making it out without having to defend his title. We've been told that next week on Raw, the World Tag Team Championships will be in line. WMD will be defending. I believe that is set to be in an open challenge, so I'm very curious to see who will accept the challenge from Big Show and Ken Shamrock. And we've also been told that in our, not our main event, sorry, but next week on Raw, the Women's Championship will be defended. We'll finally get a one-on-one face-off. It will be Layla versus Tiny Shiny for the Women's Championship next week on Raw. Interestingly enough, JBL didn't have to prove himself to anybody. Seems a little typical if you ask me, but hey, that's why you don't ask me. Ted DiBiase getting a little bit of control here over the Cruiserweight champion Heath Slater. Heath Slater has really had one hell of a year. One hell of a rise to get to this point that he's at now, finally holding the Cruiserweight Championship. I think a lot of people are very proud of Heath Slater for his accomplishments, his turning around of his career. A lot of people say about a year back that this guy very much lived in the shadow of his partner Justin Gabriel. I think he's really come into his own. And I think we're starting to see exactly who Heath Slater is. Of course, as I say that, we're running a closer and closer risk of him losing that title here tonight, as Ted DiBiase is getting a lot of offense in here on the Cruiserweight champ. I hope Heath Slater can kind of wake up, start to fight back sometime soon. He got to his feet there. Momentum has really shifted in the favor of this former tag team champion. Ted DiBiase, no stranger to singles gold, a former United States champion, at one point was pursuing the ECW World Heavyweight Championship on Tuesday nights. Slater now going for a quick roll through into a cover. I don't think he's done nearly enough damage here, but I gotta respect the attempt at trying to get the victory, as Ted DiBiase seems to once again be able to take back control of this matchup. He needs to tell Heath Slater to wake up and smell the coffee if he wants to win this one. Straight into the corner, and Slater now seems to be finding himself back in control, as there you see it. Is Heath Slater going to be able to get the job done? Not quite yet. It's unfortunate. What is Ted DiBiase doing? Heath Slater playing to his fans. He knows he's got a lot of them. And he's not taking any more of this, going for that baseball slide, but Ted DiBiase creates a lot of separation here. That was a rather interesting move there from the $1 Million Prodigy. I really thought for a moment there that DiBiase had something up his sleeve, but it seems like he was just stalling. Under the eye of Heath Slater. The challenger got the Cruiserweight champion, perhaps more so where he wants him now. Grounded.
Again, this one is for the Cruiserweight Championship.
Slater is able to find himself back in this one. Back and forth between these two. Side suplex here by the challenger.
Thus far,
What a great way to bounce back from dropping those tag team titles for Ted DiBiase to become Cruiserweight champion here tonight. Cover attempt here by Heath Slater. By Ted DiBiase, not able to get the job done. Tell you, Ted, he's definitely rolling here tonight. I think there's been a little bit of a pick-me-up in terms of his confidence in himself. And, oh! Big slam there, drops down Heath Slater. I've never really seen Ted bust down that one before. Sit out spine buster. And unfortunately, that spells the end for Heath Slater. Well, that's no good. That's a real heartbreak moment right there. Heath Slater dropping the Cruiserweight Championship to Ted DiBiase. And now it will be Ted representing Monday Night Raw in that Champion v Champion match next Sunday. And that's the thing, you can never predict these championship matches. That's why McMahon does them in advance for Survivor Series. He wants to make sure that he has the absolute biggest and best champions available to be representing Raw. I don't necessarily like seeing Heath Slater lose the title here tonight, but there's always his rematch. I'm hoping he'll get one. I mean, I know he does not do a rematch, he doesn't have that clause. But I'm hoping he can bounce back. I'm hoping he can get that title back. I think he just got a little bit too confident tonight, and unfortunately that cost him. It's a real heartbreaking loss here tonight for Heath Slater.
Following contest is for the Intercontinental Championship. Making his way to the ring from West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing 240 pounds, is the Intercontinental Champion,
Okay, so now I'm learning that Justin Roberts just plays favorites. He is very much willing to say John Cena's name. Well, anyway, John Cena coming down to the ring here tonight. This is his first championship defense of the Intercontinental title. Much like Heath Slater as a title won at Vengeance, I'm now kind of curious if John Cena can do better than the new champion Heath Slater just did in defending his title. A really unfortunate outcome there. I didn't mean to talk smack necessarily about Ted DiBiase for winning the championship. Congrats to him on another successful singles championship victory, you know. There was a year ago he was main event in SummerSlam, so by all means he is a star. But I gotta say, fans seem to be very much behind Cesaro here tonight. I was wondering exactly how this one would go down. You got two people who are absolutely not fan favorites right now, John Cena and Antonio Cesaro. It seems like they've just kind of pitted this one on the challenger. Antonio Cesaro, one of many who have joined the ranks of the corporate alliance known as the Authority. Very happy to work alongside McMahon. This should be a real treat of a match. John Cena and Antonio Cesaro, as I said, well, I was going to say before, you know, you may not necessarily like either one of these two, but there's no denying how great these two are as performers. I mean, this should be a really outstanding one-on-one matchup between these two, and for the title as well. The winner of this will meet Damian Sandow, the United States champion over on SmackDown. So, again, not a lot of fan favoritism in that matchup. Cena with that headlock and that strike to the head. Still to come tonight, that big six-man tag team matchup. We're going to be seeing for the first time on one team Booker T, The Miz, and The Rock, as they are set to face off against the WWE Champion JBL, one half of the tag team champions Ken Shamrock, and a mystery superstar who will then face The Rock next week to determine the third and final member of Team Raw. We've been confirmed that Kofi Kingston and Daniel Bryan, I thought it was The Miz for a second there, will remain on Team Raw. Vader is out. Let's hope Cena can do a better job here tonight than Heath Slater did. You know, it's all about keeping that prestige for these championships, and I feel like the frequent title changes can sometimes actually do a little damage to the title. I must hope Ted DiBiase a good long reign as the new Cruiserweight champion, as it's time for that title to start to mean something, in my opinion. Cesaro in control of John Cena, quite aggressively so. We hear that there was a little bit of an altercation between these two following the outcome of Vengeance. Antonio felt like he was out there to even the odds and, you know, put things more in the favor of McMahon, as that match was initially a triple threat between Wade Barrett, Booker T, and John Cena for the Intercontinental Championship. Not really anyone there that McMahon's too fond of, necessarily, except for John Cena, so... Well, of course, Cesaro, also the final television champion at the time, he had that title taken away from him. It's now retired, with John Cena being forever known as the final man to have held the television championship. So it is Cesaro's goal here tonight to defeat John Cena for the Intercontinental Championship.
Antonio better turn things around here fast. That'll leave a mark.
Like Cena taking a little time to play with his shoes there was a bit of an personal attack on Antonio Cesaro. I mean, that's the thing, ain't it? Is McMahon is he's crowding this authority quite a bit. He's getting a lot of people in there, and there are some fantastic talents in there. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like when you have this many people in one unit, you're gonna start to see some heads butt. You're gonna start to see some issues. You look at The Rock and JBL. McMahon actually made it quite clear he felt that it was just a good choice to have JBL be the guy representing, because The Rock was getting a little carried away. The Rock is now finished with McMahon. He wants nothing to do with the authority. And in that sense, he has lost a very major part of the authority. Cena was looking for something big there, but Antonio Cesaro was able to reverse it. Cena coming in for that clothesline. Nice spinebuster reversal. I forget it was a spinebuster that won DiBiase the Cruiserweight Championship just moments ago. Cena perhaps looking to end this one quick with the FU. He's got him. On his shoulders. FU. Cover attempt here by Cena, the Intercontinental Champion. Not enough. And Cena wisely, not wasting any time, being in control. Oh. Nice big boot there by Antonio Cesaro. Cena runs the face of Cena into the mat. As I say, things can get a little heated amongst authority members sometimes. Especially when you put a championship on the line. Everyone is here for the same goal. It doesn't matter who you are. You're here to be a success. Oh wow, oh my god. Cena considering it. He fights out. Smartly using his elbow there to get out of that situation. Cena now, snapmare takedown, elbow to the head. As he elbows the head of Antonio Cesaro, Cena going for a cover. Not even close. And here comes more from Antonio Cesaro, getting crafty here with these submission holds. Cena could be in some serious trouble. But he does manage to find his way out of that one. This Intercontinental Championship clearly means so much to these two right now. See, oh my god. Whoa, whoa. Seems like every move Cena's got, Cesaro's got a reversal and vice versa. And Cena perfectly set him up there. 5-knuckle shuffle coming in for Antonio. Got him. Got him with the 5-knuckle shuffle. John Cena does not do the STF. I always forget this version of him doesn't. Whoops. Picking up Cesaro, and just to drop him back down, Antonio Cesaro could very well be kissing this match goodbye off that one. Oh, God, I hate when that happens. Sell a move and then it counts as them standing. I don't really know what Cena was thinking there. He really squandered that one. Now Antonio going in for something big here. Cena with the reversal. Cena turning Antonio around. Third time in this match. Drops him. Dead center of the ring. He's going to let him sell for a bit this time. Before he goes for the pin. Because apparently he's standing right now. And there you go. Cover attempt here from Cena. And this one is over. Well, the Intercontinental Championship remaining on this multi-time WWE champion. I don't know how popular Cena's going to be for this outcome, but I don't think he cares. John Cena, still your Intercontinental Champion as we continue to move forward here tonight on Raw. Up next, I believe we'll be seeing Layla go one-on-one with Trish Stratus ahead of next week's Women's Championship match. We'll see if she can beat Stratus one-on-one, or if this warm-up might prove that she's not ready for Tiny Shiny. Well, as a woman who has been very vocal about not getting a lot of the spotlight as of late, tonight she has definitely got that opportunity. She goes one-on-one with Layla. We'll see if Trish Stratus can defeat Layla in advance before Layla challenges Tiny Shiny for the Women's Championship. When you think about it this way, Layla loses to Trish Stratus tonight, somehow beats Tiny Shiny next week. That would immediately put Trish Stratus as a very highly considered contender for the Women's Championship, a title that she's not challenged for in a good long while now. Well, it's a big opportunity for Layla next week, and of course the Women's Champion and Layla, they're quite good friends. I'm curious to see what's going to happen when they actually face off against each other for the Women's Championship. This could very much shut down Tiny Shiny's goal to head into Survivor Series as the Women's Champion last second. But I feel like either way, we're in for a great matchup. It's either going to be Lita versus Layla or Lita versus Tiny Shiny, and the new Divas Champion Lita over on SmackDown, I think, is going to be a good champion for a good long while. Here we go indeed. Layla straight on the offense there on Trish Stratus. She's not wasting any time. I always like this fast approach when taken. Oh boy.
And did you hear the impact on that kick?
Sorry.
Has the headlock.
Slept a bit funny last night. Feeling very tired.
He was on display with that head scissor.
Bulldog there by Trish Stratus. In control of Layla right now. She turns her over and drops the knee. These two women here vying for a shot at the Women's Championship in the future. Of course, I said before, Layla already got that guaranteed, but it could be really about impressing tonight for Trish Stratus more than anything. Don't do it. Don't do it. I can see you're going to do it, but don't do it. Don't WWE 13 me right now, oh, for fuck's sake. God, I hate this game. I guess Layla's not ready for next week. I guess she's not ready at all. I don't really know what more to say. Trish Stratus got a very quick, very easy, very lame, very boring, very uninteresting win. I'm moving on. That was terrible. I hate this game. You're talking about some big opportunities being thrown your way. Look at the Miz here tonight. He is going to be teaming up with Booker T and The Rock to face off against one half of the World Tag Team Champions Ken Shamrock, one WWE Champion JBL, and one mystery partner. I gotta tell you, I'm really curious to find out just who this is that The Rock will be facing next week. I don't have a clue.
Can you dig it? Set up! And his partner, from Houston, Texas, weighing 256 pounds, Booker T.
Of course, here comes the #1 contender for the WWE Championship, Booker T, who will meet JBL at King of the Ring 2 weeks removed from next Sunday. Booker T laying it all on the line when he meets JBL for the WWE Championship. This is a huge moment in Booker's career coming your way. I can't wait to see it. Booker T here tonight. He is motivated. He has got a lot to prove. Continues to try and pick up momentum on top of momentum. Ooh.
Do you smell what the Rock is cooking?
Here he comes. I tell you, McMahon's got some nerve saying there's no hard feelings between these guys, and he's going to let him potentially be a part of Team Raw if he can win next week's matchup. He doesn't even know who he's up against. But apparently there's no hard feelings. This guy was literally handcuffed and dragged away and then kept off of Raw up until tonight. But you know, no hard feelings, huh? Good friends. The Rock is definitely someone I think you want to watch at the moment. He's about to come unhinged in this match, I'd imagine. JBL and The Rock meeting in the ring for the first time since what went down at Vengeance. JBL been bragging all around the world lately. I beat Stone Cold for the ECW Championship, and then I beat The Rock for the WWE Championship. I'm a wrestling god, blah blah blah. You know it all. I will never understand why the fans are always on their feet for this man. Well, the world's most dangerous and the weapon of mass destruction, Big Show, Ken Shamrock. WMD, one hell of a team, I must admit. I don't love them. I'm not a big fan of the alignments that they've chosen. But what I will say on the subject is that you are looking at a hell of a tag team combo. I will always say that. I'm curious to see who will even accept such a major open challenge next week. I guess these fans will just cheer anything. Me watching AEW. Guess these fans will cheer anything. Sorry, just, you know, making myself laugh like a funny man. Like a funny man. JBL, WWE Champion. Very proud of himself. You know where I stand on this situation. I think just like his ECW championship reign, I think it was very undeserved. I don't think this man really did anything to prove to the world that he is deserving of the title world champion. But he will represent Raw at Survivor Series, and I'm looking forward to that. I'll tell you that much. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens when this guy gets in the ring with Brock Lesnar, because that's what he signed up for by winning that title before Survivor Series. And who is this Mr. Oh no. Oh no. The world's strongest man is back on Monday nights. The former ECW World Heavyweight Champion. This is not the Mark Henry that you'll be familiar with here on Monday nights. Not even a little. He has changed so much. If you've not been watching ECW, you have no idea of the difference between the guy that left Monday nights to the guy that you're looking at right now. Mark Henry is definitely not good news for anyone in this match, and I guess this is the man that will meet The Rock next week to determine who joins Team Raw. We've been told that Booker T, by the way, will be in a Survivor Series match next Sunday. A additional Survivor Series match has been scheduled for next Sunday. You don't want to miss it. I'm not quite sure where McMahon got this idea from, but it's been said that he doesn't want Vader to feel too left out. Vader is a great star, so Vader will have the honors of teaming up with Mr. McMahon and one more superstar to face off against the team of Booker T, The Miz, and whoever they want to team with. Man, I feel for The Miz right now. He may have defeated Ken Shamrock's partner, The Big Show, last week. I don't think he was ready for Ken Shamrock, though. Look at this. Ken Shamrock. Wow. What a way to start this match off. He's trying to get a bit of separation. Ken Shamrock over that drop kick, able to recover from that perfectly, even though it did not connect with The Miz. That is the overall in-ring talents of Ken Shamrock, one half of the World Tag Team Champions.
Shamrock has a whole arsenal of martial arts at his disposal. Oh, what a painful kick.
Oh boy, and this is a corner The Miz doesn't want to be in. That might actually be the best case outcome there. The WWE Champion JBL. Miz may have suffered a loss to him recently, but I don't think he wants to get in the ring with Ken Shamrock for too long, and he certainly doesn't want to get in the ring with Mark Henry. Where is the world's strongest man going right now? Mark Henry not present at ringside. You know, I find this quite interesting, actually, this situation. Mark Henry's former teammates, John Cena, Booker T, R-Truth, they're all here on Raw, but they're very divided. John Cena no longer associated with Booker or Truth. Truth we've not really seen too much of lately, and Booker definitely, I feel, does not fall on the side that Mark Henry clearly does, based on who he's aligned with here tonight. The WWE Champion JBL maybe regretting getting in that ring with The Miz. Neckbreaker takes down JBL. Miz making a tag to The Rock, and here we go. These two finally setting foot in the ring with each other since Vengeance. And this is now a 100% healthy Rock inside the ring. This is not the Rock that JBL fought for the WWE Championship to close out Vengeance. And a thumb to the eye, very typical there by JBL, who's quick to run to the corner, and in comes the world's strongest man. And now here we go, a preview of next week's matchup. The Rock and Mark Henry going one-on-one.
Powerful counter by Mark Henry. Oh, did you see that? His body twisting and turning in a sickening way. This match will have a lot of big moves.
Ooh, Samoan drop there by The Rock. impressive on someone the size of Mark Henry. I gotta say, it's pretty crazy to see Mark Henry back here on Raw, but you know, as I say before, last time we saw Mark Henry here, he was on a losing streak. Comes back here tonight on Raw. This man is a completely different beast. Wonderful to see Booker and Henry get in the ring against each other. Last time they shared a ring together, they were allies. Those two never had an issue with one another. They were simply separated due to the draft, so I'm curious to see if they're willing to fight the other one. I'll tell you right now, I feel for The Rock. Mark Henry is absolutely brutalizing him, and he's going to have to really reevaluate how he wants to handle things going into next week's match if he wants to be able to defeat Mark Henry and qualify for Team Raw. The tag has been made to Ken Shamrock. Looks like Henry has had enough. He doesn't really feel like dealing with him anymore. Oh! And Rock, who didn't even realize Shamrock was now the legal man, has just been surprised by one of the most vicious guys to ever set foot in a ring. ECW really gracing Raw with some fantastic talent upon its closure. Perhaps no bigger than Ken Shamrock, JBL, and Mark Henry. All superstars that used to be on the ECW brand. And look at this! The sleeper hold applied. The Rock is fading, and the Miz, maybe the only reason that he is still in this match. For a six-man tag, this one is awfully one-sided. There you go, thought of a DDT by The Rock. The Rock now making a tag, and oh, look at this. Mark Henry and Booker T, former allies. Booker not holding back. Henry looking very interested in this man, a very different man, a very established man from the newcomer that he teamed with last year. And I guess there wasn't hard feelings before, but there absolutely are now. Side suplex drops down Booker. Oh, wow, Henry. Oh, God. Henry now taking him over to the corner, and here comes the WWE Champion himself, the man that Booker will meet at King of the Ring for the WWE Championship. It's about a month away. We could be 1 month away from Booker T realizing his dream, realizing his goal, becoming WWE Champion. Shamrock catching Booker T out and feeding him to the wolves here. My goodness. I tell you, this new corporate authority, this group that McMahon has built, it's definitely one to be reckoned with. JBL enjoying this. Booker is getting victimized. This guy has been through so much to get to this point, and to still be getting treated this way, to still be having to deal with this level of beating. This is a lot about what Booker T is up against right now.
Booker T has the headlock. These competitors trying to keep their wits about them.
Booker with a combination of neck breakers there. He tries to drop the knee down on Ken Shamrock. This is perhaps some of the most offense we've ever seen Ken Shamrock take in a single match. Booker T is really bouncing back. Seems like something's kind of awoken in him here.
What a match. Booker T controlling the head.
Shamrock maybe overshot that strike, didn't quite catch Booker, and Booker really capitalizing now.
Booker T into the headlock. Booker T stands 6.5 feet tall, runs around 250 pounds.
Oh, wow, what a splash. Ken Shamrock actually taking a little bit of a pounding here from Booker. Tag made to Booker T. The Miz coming into the ring. And they are actually working over Ken Shamrock. As I said, I don't think I've seen Ken Shamrock take this much damage in a match before. Oh, going for that heel kick attempt there. Not quite. Drops him flat down on the mat there. Ken Shamrock now in control once again. Perhaps tagging in the Miz was a bad move. This guy took quite a bit of a beating in the early goings of this match. He's really fighting back. Miz making sure Ken Shamrock knows exactly who he is. This team cheering him on. In comes Mark Henry. World's strongest man, as I say. I gotta say, maybe not the welcome back I was hoping for. Not exactly how I wanted to see this guy come back. I was hoping he'd have seen the light, maybe, reunited with Booker T, been in his corner, anything. But Mark Henry... Ooh. It is great to see him here on Raw, I won't deny that. Miz stumbles into position, and there's the world's strongest slam on this former WWE champion. Mark Henry going in for the winning pinfall in this six-man tag, and this one is over. Wow. Shamrock, JBL, and Henry looked fantastic out there. And Mark Henry getting that final statement pinfall to finish this one off. Well, an absolutely star-studded alliance here tonight. Miss McMahon must be very proud of the alignment that he has made, because I know I would be. I can't even deny it. You got three absolute studs in the ring right there, and they really showed what they were capable of in this main event. Well, thank you all for joining me here tonight on Raw. We now know next week's main event. Team Raw will be concluded in the main event. Mark Henry versus The Rock. The winner joins Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston to face Edge, Randy Orton, and Dolph Ziggler in an incredibly important Survivor Series match that comes your way next Sunday. We got one more Raw until Survivor Series, and I'll see you there.